Hey everyone, so this is our any given Sunday vlog, and we just made this up. We had pancakes and eggs this morning. We've been to the gym to work out. I had every intention of filming at the gym, but we just did not. So we got that done. And it's a really nice Sunday afternoon. What is it, like 80 degrees or something? 78 degrees. A little warm for me, but I'll deal. Like, I'm ready for some cool weather. And we are headed out to Triple Cross Distillery, and they make bourbon.
Yes. And I think gin and vodka too.
Gin, vodka, and bourbon. And yeah, we're just trying to live our best lives. So, any words of hello?
No.
For the people on YouTube?
No, they don't care.
See you at the distillery.
The atmosphere here was so super cute. Really comfortable seating, little odds and ends to shop, and Halloween music playing in the background. I ended up getting really obsessed with my nail polish and spending about 5 minutes moving my fingers back and forth to see the green and brown reflect. Thought y'all might enjoy this.
Look really good.
Check this place out. So they've got this big Powhatan Farm Supply sign there over the bar area. Little Halloween decorations here and there, including these little orange pumpkin lights. And of course, little things to shop. We ended up not getting anything, but it was fun just to look around. Are you like me, where you see this and you have to go look at every single shelf, turn all the products around, check them out, sniff things, and then figure out if you want anything? I don't know, I'm like a magnet to these things. This is where the liquors, the spirits are
Would you
made.
like that with whiskey or rye? Okay, and the original whiskey or a barrel proof?
I'll just.
It's like 80 proof and 114. Okay.
Why the hell not?
I think we want to do a tasting flight too.
Okay.
What do you recommend?
Is y'all make it cool or is it all metal?
One of them's metal, one of them is wood, like barn.
Cool.
Snow barn.
Cool.
Yeah.
This looks good. Cheers.
So we just left Three Crosses
Yes.
Distillery. Three Crosses. No, you got another mile and 1.2 miles. Babe, I'm filming.
You're gonna have to edit that part out.
Oh my god. Anyway, the place was super cute. It wasn't the place that we thought we were going to. So it was like a happy accident where we thought we were going in one direction and the GPS took us in another one. And it was fine. It was fine. It was an area that we've actually been to before. It's really nice out here. Are we in Powhatan right now or Goochland? Powhatan. And there's just nice, simple country farmland out here. It's a really peaceful drive. We had a flight of spirits, I guess it's called. One spiced rum, which we ended up getting a bottle of, which was so good. Really like a smoky, fall inspired spiced rum. We had a dark rye, and what was the other one?
Barrel proof.
A barrel proof.
Bourbon
Barrel proof. And what was the drink called that you had that was really good?
Smoky old fashioned.
Smoky old fashioned. That was really smoky and old fashioned. And I had some JoJo's. No, babe, you got another. Yes, this is it. This is the turn. Turn here. I had some like creamy drink with spiced rum. Made a little flatbread, and the place was super cute, and the staff were really nice. So that was like a pleasant little thing. And now we are heading to Hilltop Distillery for spot number 2, and then we'll go back home and relax. So Darren just asked me, well, you asked a question.
What's on your bucket list?
And I have no idea what's on my bucket list. So
I added.
You what?
I added.
You added?
I added to my list.
To your own list. So what's like top of your own bucket list?
Top of the list, find an airhead. Yes. I said it. I said what I said.
So you want to go to like fields, old fields, or riverbeds or something and find
an arrowhead. Yes.
Arrowheads embedded in the ground.
Yes.
But there's more on your bucket list. That's not
well,
it.
I found the megalodon teeth, so that's off.
Megalodon teeth.
Yeah, I found them.
Diving.
So that's yes. Finding more would be nice, but it's not. It's on the sub list because I found some, so I'm good. Airhead, top of list. Check.
But what else?
World War II dive, like Truck Bay or somewhere out in the Pacific Ocean. I'd like to dive a World War II wreck.
All right. So I have no idea what's on my own bucket list. I used to have travel. Like we started to do this list, didn't we, Darren? And figure out what's like on our bucket list.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to do Scotland and Ireland. That's on the list.
Yeah, so he has all these places that he wants to visit with travel. And for me, as I'm getting older, I'm like, I want to travel less, not more, because travel is such a hassle in my mind. I like this sort of stuff. I like driving with you. I have a lot of fun driving with you. I don't have a lot of fun like thinking about flights and just like the drama, hotels and planes, trains, automobiles, transportation, packing bags. I like these little weekend trips out to more rural areas of Virginia that are beautiful, or other areas. So I don't know. What's on your bucket list? I don't know what's on my bucket list. I guess I should kind of figure that out and work toward that. Or does that mean that I'm happy where I am? There's a thought that I don't feel unfulfilled and feel like there are things that I'm missing. I don't really know. I don't know if I'm like devoid or like empty inside and I need counseling. Or if I'm actually just kind of satisfied with where I am. Okay, so here's a question. What would the you of 15 years from now wish that the you of you now knew and did? It's kind of like the same question, like what would you tell your younger self? What would the you of the future tell the you of you now? Or wish that the you of you now had done? And we're going to start with you. We're going to put you right on the spot.
More sex.
Okay, I guess I'm going to stop
Lots
filming now.
more! While you still can!
I'm going to need Jesus to enter our relationship.
While things still work. All the time, as much as you can, at all ends.
Yeah, I'll film this segment later in private. Bye, y'all.
That's a good tree. Hey, that might be a walnut.
Okay.
Can I go look at it real quick?
Yeah.
So a recent storm had taken this huge tree down, and Darren just went to take a look as someone interested in wood for wood turning purposes. Kind of a cool sight, but also kind of scary. Loved the way they served this particular flight of liquors here, but we didn't enjoy this place. We thought the liquors were just subpar.
Ooh, that helps.
Speaking of storms, one had taken the power out when we returned, so we made popcorn on the guest.
Hey, that's so funny.
This was dinner. Can you believe it? But we had a fun night.
So I'm back to answer that question, or try to answer that question. What would my older self in 15 years tell me now? What advice does my older self have for me? And I would really love to hear from you all. Like, what would you think? Imagining yourself to even 10 years, 15, 20 years in the future, what would that person with their wisdom advise you to do or not do at this stage of your life? By the way, I'm driving super early morning because there's something that I need to do. And I tell you, if you have not gotten into the habit of seeing the sun come up, it's probably one of the most grounding things that you could do for yourself. And that reminder that we're all part of something much larger than ourselves and all of our worries, problems, and voices in our heads. Nothing like watching the sun rise or the sun set, particularly on a non-rainy day when you have a beautiful one, just to remind you of the beauty of the world and to settle you, to like settle your soul. You know, all is well with my soul, there's peace in my soul, or whatever those sayings are. So let me know in the comments, what would your older self tell the you of now? That's a hard question to answer, right? Hindsight's 2020. Monday morning quarterbacking is always easier than playing the actual game. All of that stuff, all of those things. And I love the expression that youth is wasted on the young. They don't know what to do with it. They don't understand what they have, like the treasure that they have in their youth and vitality. And it's not until you get older and have more experience, more wisdom, and look back at your younger self and realize all the things that maybe you could have and should have done differently. And maybe some of you have come to peace with all of that and figured out not to worry about that life unfolded as it should and all is well in the world. Maybe you're one of those people. Or maybe you're the person that looks back and thinks, gosh, I wonder if I had taken this twist or turn on my journey, there's a lot of road work, so sorry about the bumps and lumps. If I had taken this twist or turn on my journey of life, how would things have turned out? Like, one of the major questions that I have I wouldn't say major questions, y'all. It's not like I'm up at late at night stressing out about this and wondering, but on occasion when I'm reflecting on my past, I think, what if I had chosen the other college I was considering? How would things have turned out? Would I have majored in something differently? Would I have met different people? And how would that have affected my life trajectory? That's a big one. And then other things like being in different places and times when certain things happen. Like, I had a really life-altering car accident at the age of 20. Well, I was hit by a car. I wasn't actually in a car. I was walking across the street and I was hit by a car. And I still feel the effects of that today. A story for a different day. And I only think of that because when a beautiful viewer here left a comment on another video about how her life changed based on an accident, and it made me really think about, gosh, the way that things like that can really just alter the trajectory of your life or your health or your career or some life aspect, like whatever the thing is, and how it alters that aspect of your life. So anyway, on to the question, what would my older self tell the me of today? I'm not sure, because I don't have that insight of being older to know, the wisdom that I would have acquired over the next 10 to 20 years. But here's my best guess based on what I know now, like the wisdom that I've acquired until now and my prediction about the future. I think my older self would tell the me of now to take better care of my health, be more impeccable with my health decisions, including moving my body more and working out more consistently. So I do some movement every day, but I really have fallen out over the past few years, especially during COVID, of a consistent physical routine just about every day. I mean, I don't think you have to work out every day. There's different schools of thought on how often you have to work out and whether you need cardio or heavy weights or a combination, or, do you need to get in the heart rate zone and all that stuff. I'm not getting into all of that sports physiology nonsense because there's a lot of debate about it. I'm just saying move. I love Matthew McConaughey's thought about exercise, which I heard him quote from him a long time ago that was something along the lines of, he just tries to do something every day that makes him sweat. Like, that's his goal. That could be 10 minutes of exercise. It could be an hour of some kind of game that he plays, with his friends, like pick up football or whatever the names are of, like pick up football or something like that. So anyway, I want to get past that and I want to get into a more normal, ongoing, consistent exercise routine of some sort. So I think the older me would appreciate younger me getting into that now. I have a really, really wise coworker. I think she is 25, but at that age has no, she's older than that. She's maybe closer to 30, but she's got amazing wisdom for her age. And when we're working together, she always says, the me of tomorrow will thank the me of today for doing this. I'll thank myself tomorrow for doing this today, whatever the thing is, things that we put off. If I do this now, I'll thank myself tomorrow for it. And it really resonated with me. I think especially because we're in a culture today of like immediate gratification. And listen, I'm not opposed to immediate gratification. In fact, I resent people that beat up on that. There's a lot to be said for immediate gratification. Sometimes you just need to soothe yourself, give in to the indulgence, live in the moment, all of those kinds of things. Now, you have to have some wisdom about when to do that and when not to do that. But this young woman that I work with, she's so wise that way, especially about work tasks and getting things done ahead of time, if you have the time and energy. So to me, exercise and taking care of your body falls into that category of things I should be more consistent about. And I'll thank the me of 15 years from now will thank me now if I take better care of myself on a daily basis. Same is true for diet. I've talked about this in other videos. For me, I can't speak for you and your diet and what works for your genetics. I am fairly certain for me that I need to have a pretty high protein diet and a low carb diet to have optimal efficiency for myself. I don't always stick to that. As you see from this vlog, we had flatbread, we had pancakes, although the pancakes were protein pancakes. We didn't make just regular wheat pancakes. We used a protein powder and some blueberries. But anyway, I won't get into all that nutrition stuff. I think the me of the future will thank me of now if I have a higher protein to carb ratio in my diet now until then. I think that will set me up for optimal muscle retention and growth, as well as helping all of the other functions of my body. Drink lots of water now and eat lots of high quality protein, and minimize the junk. Minimize, as much as I love desserts and chocolate, and oh my God, Halloween is coming up and I gotta have my Reese's peanut butter cup. So I have to have a little bit of that. But basically minimize the sugar and carb intake and up the protein intake. You know, create a ratio where protein is favored is what I'm getting at. So exercise and diet. And then let's talk about mind. One of the things I've been working on lately, as you know, is curating the people and the things in my life. And that has been a very healthy, mindful way for me to move through my existing environment and world. And so I'm this person that's like haunted by obligations. We, talked about that a little bit in previous videos, and haunted by a sense of loyalty to people and things that maybe I shouldn't be loyal to, or that have no longer serve me. So I'm doing a better job of moving out of my life, or letting flow through and out of my life. That's an important aspect. It's not like I'm physically removing things. It's like I'm just letting things flow as they need to, including people who have moved on from me, like I'm of no longer of interest to them, or vice versa, like the way that they're living their lives, their values, their morals, the way that they try to manipulate me or whatever just doesn't serve me anymore. And so I need to let them flow. And the same thing with things. I have a lot of things. I have a lot of fragrance, for example. I have a lot of makeup. I have a lot of clothing. I have a lot of shoes. I have a lot of stuff. And I'm okay with that. However, I am in the habit of periodically curating those things also. Meaning going through things, and things that I'm no longer using, no longer wearing, or that I think someone else might enjoy more than me, going ahead and boxing that stuff up and sharing it with friends or family. Or if it's not shareable, sending it to Goodwill. And if it needs to go in the trash because it's not usable by anyone or whatever, doing that. So the point is flow, letting things and people flow in and out of my life as needed. And that's okay. That's totally okay. As well as emotions. Like if I have a moment where I'm feeling angry at something, just feeling that, acknowledging that that's how I feel, and not letting it take over my world and my life. Same thing with the opposite end of the spectrum, feelings of joy and happiness, just letting that come, living with it, enjoying the feeling of that, and then letting it move out and flow out as necessary. So those are things I'm working on. So we got exercise, diet, flow of people and things and emotions in and out of your life. And I think another thing that I want to work on, that my future self will tell myself today, is to just continue to express gratitude, or more often express gratitude and appreciation for all that you have, and for especially the people around you that you do treasure and that are special to you. Family, friends, acquaintances, all of you, much love to all of you who take some time out of your day to just hang out with me in these videos. Like, that's very special to me, that people think enough of me to spend 20, 30 minutes of their lives some days just listening to me ramble about whatever it is. If you're on the fragrance channel listening to me chat about scents and fragrances and notes and foolishness, or if you're just only on this channel listening to me talk about life reflections, rambling, chit chat, all of those things, candles, home decorating, makeup, I so appreciate you. So I think that's what comes to mind immediately. The other thing I've been working on lately, just as a mom, is appreciating where our 3 children are in their space and place, and remembering what it was like when I was their age. It's very easy, I think, to, as a parent or an adult, judge children and where they are or aren't in their journey, and where you think they should or should not be. And to some extent, it's our job, to a lot of extent, it's our job to guide children the best that we know how, based on what we've learned and observed in the world, absolutely. But there's also just this part of their own individual journeys that's just beyond our control, that we need to be patient and empathetic observers of, and always be there in the wings to support rather than judge and criticize and try to make them do and be things that they're just not. So we're working on that, both Darren and I, and it's about being graceful and gracious with our children. So I'd love to hear from you about your own journey right now and how you think your future self would advise you for now.